Welcome or welcome back. Today I'm discussing how I got to 250 pounds. So we can start this story off with just me as a pretty active kid. Ex-military, dad ex-military. But an issue is that both myself and my sister have asthma. And I found out I had asthma at the age of 9. Asthma attack, I know. They put me on a steroid. And so with that steroid, it caused like excessive eating, things like that. Although my parents were pretty active and, they wanted us to be more active and they kind of encouraged us to be active. They were busy. So, fast meals, frozen meals. I'm 33, born in the 90s, 92 to be exact. And we just didn't really have a good balance of like eating good and exercising the way we were supposed to. With that being said, that's when my real weight issues started around 9 years old after I got put on that medication. Then, fast forward middle school, I started playing softball. I started losing some of the weight, got some of that baby fat off, right? And I had always been picked on about my size. I'm 5'9". As you guys know, 240 pounds as of today. Of filming this at least. But at my highest or heaviest weight, I think I made it to about 255, 256, something like that. Sometime last summer or last spring. And I said all that to say I've had a lot of yo-yoing throughout my journey of trying to lose weight and get healthy and have a healthy lifestyle. And I'm going back to middle school when I would get picked on and I started finally getting more active. I was on the travel team for softball. And so that was kind of like a year-round thing for me. And I absolutely adored it. I loved it. It was a great time. After graduating, well, not after graduating high school, but during my high school days, I was getting looked at for scholarships for softball, but I'm digressing. I wanted to go a completely different route. But anyway, I ended up losing that weight and then gaining it back and losing it and gaining it back and losing it and gaining it back. But I have like maybe 2 or 3 profound moments in my life where I kind of knew something was wrong with my habits of like eating and binging and things like that. Of course, the 9 years old, that was kind of abnormal. I was gaining weight, eating a lot, a heavy appetite. And then when I finally got serious about losing weight, I was a junior in high school. I was 16 years old. I started my weight loss journey basically. So I'm a Christian. My parents, they are heavily in the church, and it's this thing called the Daniel's Fast. And a lot of different churches will do the Daniel's Fast at the beginning of the year. 16 years old, and I decided that I wanted to do the Daniel's Fast. I think a full week in, I ended up quitting, and then for like 3 days, and then I was like, no, I'm really gonna do it. I'm gonna commit to it. And so I did the Daniel's Fast, and I think I lost like 20 or 30 pounds. At that time, I was like 210, 5'7" or 8. I wasn't as tall as I am now. And I realized I could lose weight. I was doing great. I mean, I think the Daniel's Fast, I think we did our Daniel's Fast for like maybe 1 to 3 months. I can't remember how long we did it, but I lost that weight fast. And I stuck with it. And I believe that summer, I got down to like the 170s. And by the time next year rolled around, I was in my senior year. By the time I graduated high school, that summer I was on my way to college. I was 145 at 5'8", 5'9". I was so happy. But I was kind of delusional. It wasn't just like delusion. It was more like body dysmorphia. I did not realize how small I was. I got a lot of reactions from my family. I got like reactions from, extended family as well as family that, I saw often, but not as often as, I would have liked. And I went from being 210 to like 280 to like 250. I mean, dang, 210, 180 to like 150 in less than a year. And they were just like, what are you doing? And my grandmother even said, she was like, you look crazy. I got a lot of reactions about that, and it did not make me feel good. And I kind of like let it go, but I definitely kept that in the back of my mind. Like, I don't want to be too thin because people say it looked weird on me. But I felt my best. You know, my knees didn't hurt. My freaking, I could breathe better. I used to exercise and do breathing exercises while I would exercise so that I could work on the way I would inhale and exhale properly so that I could, work on my stamina. Like I just wanted to make sure that my lungs were getting the appropriate air, So like I said, 9 years old, 16 years old. And I would say 3.5 important times of my life when I was talking about losing weight. The third time was right before COVID. I was doing intermittent fasting. I did really good. I got down and I was very happy. But when COVID hit, I lost it. Depressed. I didn't feel alone. I was with my sister, but I felt lost. And if you know people with eating disorders, I don't know if I can even say this on here. I don't know if they're gonna flag it, but people that typically eat a lot when they're stressed, I was doing that. And the half moment in time that I'm talking about was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Not even 2 or 3 years ago, but earlier on this channel, I actually did a 30 pounds in 30 days challenge. And I think I was able to get down 20 pounds, 20-ish pounds in like 20-ish days. And it was amazing. I proved to myself that I could do it, but it was not sustainable, guys. It was not. It was kind of hard for me. And I was trying to stay consistent, and I knew I could do it for 30 days. But when I tell you we went on vacation and I was like, F them 30 days, I meant it. So I ended up basically just quitting that. I quit it. Didn't even say nothing to y'all, just went ghost. But in real life, what really happened is that we went on vacation. I ate some good food. I did not exercise. And when we got back, it took months for me to get back into it. And it was not okay. I mean, months to get back into the groove of losing weight. And by then I just felt embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I felt like I let my community down. Here on YouTube I don't have a lot of subscribers, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, commenting, viewing my videos. It's amazing. It's awesome. And I love the platform YouTube, and I really appreciate you guys for, just being there with my journey. I really appreciate that. But I also have a TikTok. And my TikTok I think I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok. And I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed that they had to see me come back basically with my tail tucked. And I was just like, I'm just gonna do it privately. But I should have done it publicly because, I mean, everybody needs an accountability partner. Well, not everybody, but it's nice. It's nice to have that accountability partner. But yeah, how I ended up at almost 250. That's exactly how I ended up at almost 250. I don't even eat a lot. I just eat the wrong things. I have a work from home job, and I do not move as much as I should. But that's gonna change. And I would love for us to just continue on this journey together and change it together if you guys want. That's what my goal is. All right, bye.